Good day and thank you for watching. Today I have a special guest with me, mechanical engineer Harald Thiers. Harald, thank you for joining us.
Hello, Patricia. Nice to see you again.
Yeah, for sure. Today I would like to talk to you about water and radiation. Can we separate it, or is it something that we need to see together? So let's talk about water first.
Yeah, when we like to understand life, we have to see both things together. Because frequencies, energies, radiation can change structure of water. And the important thing in water is not the content of physical matter in water. The main thing is the structure of water. Yeah, we see this from Masaru Emoto, from his picture, and we see it from Professor Jared Pollack in his book, The Fourth Phase of Water, where he describes the fourth phase, plasma condition, hexagonal structured water, and only out of hexagonal structured water, plasma water, we get electrons. And we are living of electrons, and when we don't get hexagonal structures, we would die. Yeah? And radiation can destroy any structure. Yeah? But even our human mind is able, our energy field of the body and our minds are able to change structure in water. So it means if you have good intentions, bad intentions, anger or whatever, aggression or love, the water structure will be different. Yeah? And so it means when you are having to do with someone who is not positive, he can change maybe his influence on the structure of your water. Yeah? And when the structure of water is becoming less good, then we have less electrons, less energy, less health. Yeah? This has to do, electrons are the key for health. Therefore, we have to look at the structure of water. Yeah? And a healing well has always a hexagonal structure and has always 7 rainbow colors. Yeah, and the rainbow colors are also in the structure of the water because water can build up clusters, cluster structure. Yeah, and water, healing well, yeah, how is a healing well generated? Water vaporizes, you have clouds, it rains down, sinks into the ground, travels there, underground water lines, and gets in contact with all the minerals and crystals and so on, and we have all colors there. Citrine, yellow, amethyst, violet, rubin, red, smaragd, green. You have all colors in the ground. So in water is traveling as long as it has collected at least one perfect set of 7 rainbow colors. Yeah, but there are different sets possible because each rainbow color you can separate down in different shades. Is it dark violet or middle dark violet or very dark violet or middle violet or a little bit light violet? Yeah, you can cut down any color in maybe 1,000 intermediate, smaller colors. And that means from different places in this one color, a different harmony of 7 rainbow colors can be generated. Yeah, and this different scalar waves are being created out of harmony of 7 rainbow colors. Therefore, it causes levitation, but also the healing well from different wells can help different organs in the body. That is very important. You see, Gudrun Dalavia wrote many interesting books on healing wells, the location of healing wells, and so on. A German book is called Lichtwässer in ihre Heilkräfte, and she describes in water, in the artesic healing well waters in the world, she describes 3 different main energies, electric, magnetic, and polarized. And those 3 different energies belong to our human body, and when our human body is created, the first cell, we have not yet any eyes or legs or whatever, first cell has just 3 places called mesoderm, endoderm, ectoderm. And out of these 3 small places, all the human organs, the human body will be built, will grow. So, and for these 3 organs, we need 3 different types of water: electric, magnetic, and polarized. So, and when you are ill, you have some organs are ill, let's say the liver, you can look up to which of these organs belongs the liver, to mesoderm, endoderm, ectoderm. When you know, it belongs here, you have to check, then belongs the water, electric, magnetic, or polarized. Yeah, you have already 2/3 excluded. You concentrate on 1/3, and then you look around in the book, where do I find the well with this special energy, electric, magnetic, polarized?
Okay.
Yeah, you can exclude other 2/3 of the healing wells on the earth.
That's
you
easy.
just consider, that's easy, but there are maybe 500 left.
Yeah.
You have to travel to the 500, because when any healing well has a different overtone octave, a different harmony of 7 rainbow colors, due to the different shades in each color, you can find maybe not always the perfect water for your problem. Yeah, because you have a health problem, because mainly there is a blockage.
You know why you tell me this? I'm thinking of people that are really sick, and for example, they go to Lourdes.
Yeah.
Some people actually get healed.
Yeah, sure.
And,
Is that what I'm just going to explain?
That's what you explain.
Sure. Yeah, but how is it working? You see that?
Yeah, so you don't know if it works for you.
However, you see, there go 1 million people to Lourdes, for instance. Yeah, it should be healthy water, they drink it there. Yeah, and maybe in 5 years, maybe one person goes there. He couldn't see anything, he was blind, and he drinks water there, or maybe not with the eyes, but any human being with a very serious disease, goes there, drinks the water, and next morning the problem is gone.
And it's click, click, click.
So, but why doesn't this happen to everybody?
Yeah.
You see? And when something like this is happening, then there will be made a huge story out of it. And the church is telling us, oh, that is a surprise, it's whatever, it's God has its influence, and Maria was helping there, or whatever, fairy tales. But it's a scientific thing. We have to consider what blockage was it in this human's body. Maybe the blockage or the regulation in his body was totally blocked. And maybe there was the biggest blockage hindering the whole regulation in the body. And when he goes to the correct healing well for exactly this blockage out of maybe 200 possibilities, and when he gets exactly for his biggest problem the correct water from this specific healing wells out of the 500, the single one, and he drinks 1 glass of water, wow, then the blockage can go away, the regulation restarts, and next day wonders can happen. That's the issue.
Yeah, water is something so amazing, because all of us, we exist for around 70% of water. When you're a baby, it's much more. Just before you die is much less. And also the earth that we live on.
Yeah, sure.
My whole life, it's been a fascination of me, because it's so together with each other.
Sure.
What did you find out about that?
Of course. We are consisting out of water, we are living from water, because water produces electricity. Without electricity, we would be dead. That's a problem. So, and in water, we have 2 main important things. It's not the physical content or physical stuff in it, because water can have its same effect without this physical stuff just by its structure. It's the same thing. The crystal gives the water its shape. It's stored in the cluster structure, and then the water can do the same thing like the crystal. The crystal structure can be stored in water. And then this water cluster structure is a cosmic antenna receiving the same frequency like the crystal has. In this way, like homeopathy, you have no physical matter, but you have the structure, potency, and 1,000,000 times more the same structure, and therefore get 1,000,000 times the same energy. With high potency is more powerful with compared to low potencies, because the structures are more and more repeated, more of the same cosmic antenna in the homeopathic remedy. So, and when we look at water, we have to consider the hexagonal structure plus the amount and the set of rainbow colors. If it is a perfect set of rainbow colors, because only then you get the overtone octaves, and only then, with drinking 1 glass of water, you can heal the blockage in the physical body. But when this blockage is sitting in the astral or mental or causal body, maybe you cannot get rid with normal water. Helping here, it has to help here in the higher vibrational areas, in the higher octave areas. And this can only be done by healing well water, not by any other water. Only artesian healing wells have this overtone octaves. Yeah, and therefore this kind of drinking is very helpful to remove this one. And maybe here is also a blockage already due to this, yeah, until it arrives at the physical body. But when you drink healing well water, it can help to remove all blockages on this line. But even when it did not arrive yet here, it can remove this one, the cause for later physical problems. Yeah, that is important, and this depends on the colors. But the main thing in water is actually the hexagonal structure.
Yeah, but nowadays, most of us, we get the water out of the tap.
Yeah, sure.
And then the government says, okay, the water is fine.
Yeah. Okay.
But there's a lot of radiation and pollution. And,
yeah, okay.
when I hear you, maybe I should drink out of a well, but
yeah, sure.
I cannot always drink.
Yeah.
I not yet have a well in my garden.
Yeah. You would need a Thiers healing.
So does that have an influence?
Yeah. Yeah, actually.
So there's 2 questions.
Yeah.
So one is the water, the tap water.
Yeah, tap water.
Is it better to drink not so good water? Is it better to drink that than no water? Okay. And the other question is the radiation.
Yeah, okay. Also, the tap water. You see, water is transported into your flat with a pipe, with pressure. So to get a higher floor, to reach its levels and so on. In the Middle Age, we are told the people were very primitive, not so technically advanced. They had no ideas. They didn't have cars, no computer industry. Really, you forget them. Actually, they're technical standard. Yeah, we are told like this. However, they were a little bit clever. They transported their water from the well via aqueducts into their towns.
Okay, yeah.
In free slope. Without pressure at all. And this free slope maintains all perfect structures from the healing well. All hexagonal structures, all electrons, all frequencies of light. So that means you had in the city healing well water, and everything could get it and could stay healthy. But nowadays, when we have water with no structure, then there are no electrons, no frequencies of light. Yeah, and this water has not a toroidal field like healing well water. Therefore, it's not in resonance to the toroidal field of the earth. It doesn't get energy. It's not a living water like artesian healing well water. It's a dead water, and dead water becomes very, very low energy, and it creates a very bad milieu. It's a perfect milieu for bacteria, for fungi, for whatever. It starts to smell badly, bad odor, whatever. Yeah, and it's actually poisonous. Yeah, and in order to prevent this bacteria in water, the government put chlorine into the water. But chlorine is an opponent of oxygen. So it means you get a dead water with harmful effects to your health, with a little bit of poison, chlorine, and they are telling you, this is now your healthy water. You see? That's the effect with our tap water.
Yeah.
So, but actually we
But
would
they
need
do it from the best of their ability.
Yes,
so
of course.
They don't have bad intentions with it.
Hopefully.
But
you see, but let's come back to your well in your garden.
Yeah.
When you like to drink this well water, you take a sample and bring the sample to the laboratory. And they will give you a list afterwards with 35 parameters. And they tell you, yes, all parameters within the limit. Yeah, and therefore you can drink it as drinking water. It's healthy water. Yeah, but I'm asking, why are they investigating just 35 parameters when there are maybe on Earth 5 million poisonous particles or whatever things? What is with the other 4,999,965 bad stuff?
Yeah.
Why is this not investigated?
Yeah.
Why just 35? Isn't this a little bit strange? You see?
Maybe it's just a good number.
Yeah. But maybe you couldn't afford to pay all the investigations for 5 million particles. But I see a different background there. You see, because the physical matter in water, water tap, if you take it in a glass, it looks clean. How much physical matter do you see in there? You can't see it even. Yeah, that means the percentage in there is very, very, very low. However, the structure in water has exactly the same effect as a cosmic antenna, like the physical stuff, the same effect. But this is billion times more in there. And when they try to train you to look, when you look at water, just to the physical part, and they tell you, oh, this is okay, you can drink it, you accept the water is healthy without looking to the structure.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then if you would look to the structure like Emodo did, you would share or you would decide, I drink only water with hexagonal structure, with frequencies of light in it. Everything else is not good for me. I take out. You see, for me, this kind of investigation is a big distraction from the real issue. Yeah, water delivers life, but not this tap water. It's dirty, energetically killed, and so on, with poisonous chlorine and so on. Yeah, we have to drink living water to stay alive. Yeah, we need electrons, and water gives us electrons, and we produce it even. This healthy water in our body. Yeah. So, and when we go to the supermarket, we get bottled water, and they take it out of the well. The well water from a normal well, yeah, they have to suck out with a pump or to press with a pump upwards. That means there's pressure. It destroys any structure. But why do they need to take it higher? Because it doesn't have levitation. It has never 7 rainbow colors. It had never overtone effects. It had never health effects for your body. Yeah, and it has not a hexagonal structure. That means it is green water. Green, like a green apple, is not yet ready for eating. Yeah, when it's maybe 20 days old, yeah, you can't eat the apple. It's the same as with the water. It's not in harmony to our energy field of the earth. It doesn't deliver health. That means the bottled water is also unhealthy. It becomes also badly after a short time because it has no energy supply from our earth. And therefore, this bad water has to put under pressure in order to prevent bacteria and so on. They can grow without pressure. Yeah, but when you put it under pressure, you press this down. Yeah, but also you destroy structure. And the pressure they are putting in is carbon dioxide. But we try to get rid of carbon dioxide by breathing it out.
Yeah.
We need oxygen and not the opposite.
Yeah.
That means this bottled water with carbon dioxide is not so good. But when you take water from the supermarket, it says stilles Wasser, yeah, without carbon dioxide. How could they preserve it that you don't have bacteria?
Yeah.
They radiate it. With radiation, bacteria won't grow in radiated water. So it means when you drink this water, when it's radiated, it's also not good. That's
What's
a
the
bad thing.
combination with radiation? Because right now there's a lot going on with the towers, 4G, 5G. But of course, the electric cars, everything is electric, the Wi-Fi is. Is there combination, or
Yes.
does it have an effect on?
Yeah,
on
tremendous
water?
effect. Yeah, yeah. You see, there are a lot of studies, and the official governments are telling us, yeah, radiation is not a problem as long as it is in certain limits.
Yeah.
And they are defining the limits. They make the limits. So, and they are saying when water will not be heated by radiation more than this and this, then radiation is not a problem. It's not a risk for health. Yeah. So, but what is radiation doing to water? When we know that we produce our electrons out of hexagonal structured water, we have to consider what happens to hexagonal structured water when it's exposed to radiation, especially to radiation with alternative polarities, changing polarity. Yeah. So, and the strongest one of this one is microwave or 5G. So that means we have to consider our water molecules are dipoles, dipoles, with a plus and minus side. So they are like a small magnet. Yeah. So when you expose this water into a microwave with plus and minus changing back and forth million times a second, bing, 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 what happens to the magnet, to the dipole of water? It also switches with the energy field.
Yeah.
And when it switches permanently, very quickly, what happens to the structure? The structure is stabilized through hydrogen bridges. And when you cut it here, you destroy the hexagonal structures and all electrons are gone. Microwave are a killer for hexagonal structures, for any structure in water. Therefore, company Rheinmetall builds weapons, microwave weapons, that doesn't come a projectile out. But you shoot at a person, will be dead, because this microwave destroys all hexagonal structures in the body. It's more powerful than a mobile phone tower, has much more power. And this much power destroys all hexagonal structures in the body. You have no electron at all. Cell membrane voltage will go down to zero. You have thrombose effects everywhere in your blood, and you can't get any oxygen to any piece of your body, and you are immediately dead. Electrosmog, radiation, is a killer. But the destruction of hexagonal structures doesn't only happen when it's maybe 1, 2, 3, 5 degrees more hot. It happens even instantly without changing the temperature. Maybe it's enough for a millisecond to, boom, destroy structure with microwave. And therefore, whatever mobile phone towers we have around us can destroy. Yeah? And as more they raise the capacity for 5G towers, or 6G or 10G, or whatever, smart meter in our flat, or other
48 satellites in the air.
Yeah, all these things. As more they do there, as more it gets higher.
48,000.
As more it gets higher, the more electrons are getting destroyed in our body, and the more our life energy goes down. Normally, due to lack of minerals, it goes down slowly. But with the radiation, this little that we produce are even destroyed, and it goes down this, or even this, or even this. With radioactivity, all these kind of negative energies are destroying our quality of water. And our body has an extracellular matrix. This water in our body must be clean, must be healthy. But when we eat all stuff, all foods that is unhealthy with whatever this and this, so and so, that means we get a lot of not positive, not healthy stuff in our body. And therefore, we have more free radicals in our body. So it means even there more electrons are consumed. The need for electrons goes higher as older we are. We store more and more bad things in the body, causing a lot of free radicals, but our production of electrons goes down, and the destruction with all radiation. Earlier we had no electricity, 150 years ago or something. No electricity, no chemistry industry with a lot of poisonous stuff, no for farming and so on. All the things were healthy. Yeah, we had not so much stress as today and so on, more healthy food, freshly harvested and eaten and so on. But nowadays everything changed. Yeah, and therefore we are going down with our life energy and the radiation. With radiation you can destroy 100 million times more electrons than you can produce and then you can get from outside. Yeah, we get electrons from drinking hexagonal water or eating raw food, freshly harvested with plasma condition inside. Yeah, only 6, 7, 8 hours after harvesting, we have the plasma condition in water. Now we get the electrons from the air, from vitamins, from going barefoot or other earthing techniques. So that means with radiation, you can eat and whatever healthy eat, you can change your diet completely. You can take mountains of vitamins. Yeah, you can never compensate the possibility with destroying all the electrons in your body with radiation. The destruction is maybe 100 times more or 1,000,000 times more than you could ever do for your staying healthy. And people are discussing, should I eat this or this? I eat a little bit less meat, or I stop drinking alcohol or stop smoking. But these are actually some good effects, but maybe so small. When this can kill you so much, what does it make a big difference here? We have to protect us from radiation. That is the key. And also we have to get healthy food, healthy water, drinking healthy water. Yeah, and water is being destroyed by radiation, but the temperature doesn't matter. That means these are the wrong criteria for deciding, is radiation dangerous, unhealthy, or is it healthy? Therefore, we have to think differently. We see how radiation can destroy structures, and also we see how radiation can produce structures in water. Dr. Lauterwasser also, he made these experiments. He exposed water to different frequencies, and you could see different structures in water. So, but that means only with the right frequencies, you get the right structure for your body. With the wrong frequency, you get crazy structures, taking away energy of your body. So, and now we should think about music. That is a very interesting topic, extremely interesting. Not a lot of people think of this when they think of health. You see, when I listened to a radio show and when I was traveling in Germany, there was one interesting sentence. They discussed classic music in this show, radio show. And then there was said, during the Middle Age, the discipline of music was a partial discipline of mathematics. Why? Why? Because we know gamma tone A has to have a very correct setting. And the old French adjustment methods of gamma tone A was a different one than we use nowadays. But this one that they had was a perfect one that gets in harmony to our body.
And they changed it in the Second World War.
They changed it, a lot. So, and when this harmony was there, this gamma tone A, you get also this perfect adjustment of the 7 rainbow colors, and you get the perfect support for your body. In Vienna Opera, they played once Zauberflöte, Mozart, with normal instruments. Everyone was applauding. There was a break. The same audience went in there again. They adjusted the instruments to the correct setting. They played again, and in the end, tears in the eyes, emotions, hugging, love, pure love, totally different. That means when you have the wrong setting of gamma tone A, and you get it from the radio, what happens to your body water? It gets the wrong structure. Or the extracellular water structure, for instance, it takes down your energy. Yeah, and when you have music, bang, 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 yeah, it's never any harmony. Yeah, and what did they do in the Middle Age? They calculated the right frequencies, what notes they have to play together, what are chords, to create overtone effects and energy for health, to remove blockages. Yeah, there was an expert in Stuttgart, Professor Günther Haffelder. Unfortunately, he died already, but he was healing people with a CD, yeah, with a gamma tone A in the correct way, and you just listen to a CD, and it's restructuring also your body water. Yeah, I'm using a device. It's called Schumann Platte, Schumann 3D system. Yeah, and this one, when you stand on this one, it creates a vibration, a toroidal field with a perfect vibration, and toroidal field can delete negative structure, yeah, and can build up a hexagonal structure when it's combined with the Schumann resonance frequency. And when you're using this, you can produce endless amounts of electrons in your body. Yeah, and many famous football clubs are using this, or the expo of Boris Becker are promoting the things. Yeah, I'm selling those with my companies because it's helping a lot. Yeah, this kind of things. You see, with my health, I had many problems. I was really very close to very down. And I spent so much money to learn all these things. Yeah, it was my best own rabbit, testing rabbit.
Yeah.
And I spent maybe 200,000 euro in 30 years to get my health back. Yeah, but nowadays I know you need just the very smallest fundamentals. You need the perfect set of minerals. Not only a little bit, but everything in the right quantity, yeah, to raise it up with zeolite or other good stuff. Yeah, you need especially magnesium. 99% of people have intercellular magnesium deficiency. You need this kind of things. So then you need the things for the cell membrane. It's consisting out of amino acid plus fatty acids. You need raw amino acid plus the best fatty acids. Yeah, and you have to protect from radiation, and you have to delete your extracellular matrix. When you bring this in a perfect condition, and this small, very few topics, when you have there the best products, then you can, with low amounts of money, you can reach tremendous effects. And I did this for myself. Normally our health goes down, our aging process goes down, and I was here down, yeah, and I went here.
Yeah,
because I reduced many things here on the negative side, and I added this and this and this and all the best things here. And therefore it raised up, and I'm more healthy now than 30 years ago.
Thank you, Harald. Is there anything else for now that needs to be said?
I think it's very important to understand how damaging radiation is towards water. It kills everything, it kills our life energy. Yeah, and when we have energy fields in our house, like a device we might speak about in our next interview, when we have good energy field in our house with such a special device, we can change our water at the water tap into a water similar to an artesic healing. That's interesting.
Thank you, Harald Thiers.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you again.